The Dark Ages, a time of despair, mystery, and survival. Spanning roughly from the fall of the Western Roman Empire in 476 CE to the beginning of the High Middle Ages around 1000 CE, this period is infamous for its plagues, wars, and hardships. But what was it really like to live in this shadowy chapter of human history? This video, the first in our series diving into the Dark Ages, will uncover the horrifying realities of these times. Please subscribe so you can also watch our following videos that dive deeper into these gruesome details. Let's start with one of the most terrifying aspects of the Dark Ages, disease. One of the most devastating events of this era was the Justinian Plague, which struck from 541 to 542 CE. This pandemic wiped out up to half of Europe's population, spreading fear and chaos. Without modern sanitation or medical knowledge, people disposed of waste in the streets, leading to outbreaks of dysentery and other deadly illnesses. Bathing was rare, considered dangerous or sinful in some places, allowing lice and disease to thrive. It was a time when even basic hygiene was a luxury. Justice in the Dark Ages, especially between 500 and 1000 CE, was often cruel and gruesome. Punishments for crimes were designed to instill fear. Public floggings, dismemberment, and executions were common. Worse still, accused heretics and witches were subjected to horrific torture to force confessions. Torture devices like the rack, thumbscrews, and the iron chair were regular tools of punishment. These brutal practices weren't just about justice. They were spectacles of power meant to control the population. From the 6th to the 10th century, the Dark Ages were plagued by relentless warfare. Feudal lords fought over territories, leaving peasants caught in the crossfire. And then there were the Viking raids, which began in the late 8th century and terrorized coastal Europe for over 200 years. Entire villages were often slaughtered, crops destroyed, and survivors enslaved. Imagine living in a time when safety was never guaranteed, and conflict was a way of life. With the fall of the Western Roman Empire in 476 CE, much of the ancient world's knowledge was lost. Libraries were destroyed, and education became a luxury available only to monks and clergy. Entire generations grew up disconnected from the wisdom of the past. It wasn't until the Carolingian Renaissance in the late 8th and 9th centuries, under Charlemagne's reign, that efforts were made to revive learning. Famine was another grim reality of the Dark Ages, especially during harsh winters or crop failures. Without advanced agricultural techniques, communities were at the mercy of weather and disease. Famines became so severe at times that reports of cannibalism emerged. These chilling accounts remind us just how desperate people were to survive. Religion played a central role in the Dark Ages, but it wasn't always a source of comfort. The Church wielded immense power from the 6th century onward, often enforcing its authority through fear and punishment. Heretics, non-Christians, and anyone who questioned doctrine were persecuted, exiled, or executed. Superstition ran rampant, with scapegoats often found in so-called witches or cursed individuals. While the Dark Ages were undeniably harsh, they also laid the groundwork for the cultural and scientific advancements of the High Middle Ages and the Renaissance. Out of the darkness came resilience, creativity, and survival. It's a powerful reminder of humanity's ability to endure and eventually thrive, even in the bleakest of times. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the horrors of the Dark Ages. Please subscribe so that you can watch our following videos that dive deep into the topics introduced today. Tell us, what part of this era fascinates or terrifies you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the past.